Maths is like coding, na? 10 plus
Yeah,
20.
the business world, the technical world, you'll be using it.
Okay, we'll start. Otherwise, if we can share the recording with her in case she's not able to join today.
Okay.
So today topic is Python basics, and today our agenda is introduction to Python data types, then memory allocation in Python, Python numbers, and if we are dealing with numbers, then simple arithmetic will be doing. Then variable assignments, these are very easy topics, and introduction to strings, and this is the same thing what we have in that PDF. Okay, so I have put it into slides, and the same thing we are going to do coding to demonstrate. Then so this slide I have already shared, I guess. So the data structures in Python, they are divided into two categories. One is primitive data types, and another is non-primitive data types. So you have any idea about this? Your knowledge? What are primitive, non-primitive?
Yeah, I've learned it in computer science, but
Mhm.
I've forgotten all this stuff.
Okay, so no problem. Primitives mostly we deal with raw data types like integer, float, uh, string, and boolean. Primitives kind of primary, okay, a non-primitive kind of secondary. Like these four data types, they can be combined in such a way they can be formed the non-primitive data types. For example, array is a data type which consists of similar kind of elements or the same kind of elements, you can say. List is data structure uh, which is a combination of different data types of different kinds. Then tuple is also a data structure. Only the limitation of tuple is that they are immutable. We cannot modify tuples. Okay, and dictionary uh, are based on key values. So why we use dictionary? Because they are more time efficient. If you want to get a value out of dictionary, it takes us only order of one time complexity.
Yeah.
Sets are those which does not allow duplicates. Okay, so we can use sets in that case. Then files, obviously, we use files on frequent basis. And these are further division of list like linear and non-linear data. So linear like in a straight line, correct? So linear can be stacks and queues, and the name suggests like stacks. You might be hearing like it is last in first out. Then queue is first in first out. Okay. Then non-linear list can be graphs and trees. So how they look like? Graphs in the same structure that you have right now in front of your screen. Okay, there will be one root node. It will be divided into two uh, nodes. Then those nodes also having some branches. So that is called graphs or trees. So rules for Python variables. What are the rules of Python variables? Some few of the rules you might be already knowing. Like you should not start with a number. Okay. You- If you start writing a variable name starting with number, you will get error. Even our editor won't allow. Okay. For example, I'm writing equal to 30. See, it is showing me red mark. So now Python variable must start with a letter or underscore. Okay, letter means eight alphabets. and there are few special characters like underscore are all also allowed. And Python variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters. Like these are things which are allowed. A to Z, 0 to 9. In between, numbers can be used, not in beginning. And the variable in Python names are case sensitive. Yes, obviously it should be case sensitive. Otherwise, if I do like what happened? Num is equal to 23 and then num is equal to 23. Both are different variables. Okay, so let me see. Here in this case, I cannot distinguish, but in programming, if this num can be assigned some other values, and this num can be assigned some other values, in that case it will be a problem. We cannot assume that this num is same as this num. Okay, so it is case sensitive. We should we should not think like if you'll change the case of any letter, it would be the same. It won't be the same. So reserved words in Python cannot be used to the name. Obviously few words are reserved to Python only, so that cannot be used for Python variables name. So for example, uh, print is a reserved word, correct? So we should not use these things. Okay. uh, Python is dynamically typed. Okay, if we do something like that, I am Python developer, and just print, it will give me error or not. Let me see. So we are getting some error, correct? It is because this thing is uh, already a part of keywords in Python.
Mm.
So these are basic Python. Then memory allocation in Python. Just a second. So memory can be allocated uh, to a block of space in computer program. So we can have a read like what it says, but I'll tell you the summary of it. Uh, okay, before that we'll have a quick read. In Python, memory allocation deallocation memory is automatic, and the Python developers created a garbage collector for Python so that the user does not have to do manual garbage collection. So uh, developers, we don't have to bother about allocation and deallocation of variables in Python. That thing is automatically it is managed by GC. This is called the garbage collector, and the process is called garbage collection. Okay, so it's a process in which the interpreter frees up this memory and which are not in use to make it available for other objects. So in other languages might be we are freeing up the space like using uh, I think calloc and malloc. Those things are not there, uh, are not required in Python because they that are being done by garbage collector. Assume a case where no reference is pointing to an object in memory. That means it is not in use. The virtual machine has a garbage collector that automatically deletes that object from the heap memory. So you have, do you get like what it says? Otherwise, I'll explain about it.
What was the question?
Yeah, about this statement. Assume a case where there is no reference is pointing to an object in memory. So that means it is not in use. The virtual machine as a garbage collector that automatically deletes that object from the heap memory. So what is
So
okay? Let me explain. Okay, so what happens? For example, I'll go to the last slide. Today's PPT. See, whenever we assign a value to a variable, it creates an object into the memory that contains the actual object value, and the variable acts like a symbolic name that points or refer to the object. So, for example, if I've written like m is equal to 500, then there won't be a one label called m. It will point to 500. Okay, if I am creating some m is equal to 600, then this pointer it will point to 600. If I am making it like 1000, then this pointer will point to 1000. So this way Python the, object references behaves in Python. So, and this is just a label. M is just a means variable m is just a label. It will point to the value where it resides. And when we do id, means we check the address of this m, it gives the value of this pointer. Okay, so if m is equal to 500, there will be some address, there will be some pointer. If I am doing like m is equal to 600, the pointer value it got changed, so address will change. Okay, now again coming back to the same slide where we were. So assume a case where there are no reference is pointing to an object. Means m is equal to 500. I did not. So for example, there is no 500 is stored somewhere in the location, and there is no pointer to 500. Then what the GC will do? It will delete that object from the heap. It will delete 500 sorry, from the heap. Okay, so from the memory, kind of from the memory, it will delete. But who is
yeah,
doing this deletion part? It has been done by garbage collector. Okay, GC. Now, reference counting. Reference counting works by counting the number of times of an object is referenced by other objects in the same system. For example, m is equal to 500. Uh, m is equal to 500. And then n is equal to 500. Then what will happen? Like there will be one block, one level called m, which will be pointing to 500. There will be another level called n, and it will be pointing towards 500. Now 500 is one object which is stored at this, you know, you know, same address, correct? So if you'll print the ID of m and print ID of n, what do you think? It will be same or different?
the IDs will be different, but the 500 will be one address, right?
Okay, let me check. Before that, let me clear. CLS also works here. So let me see. I told you now, 500 is stored at some specific address, and this thing is only a reference. It is pointing to that address location, and the ID of M it will give you the address of the object where it is pointing.
Okay.
Okay, and that's why they are same.
So the ID is the address of the value.
Idea it is used to provide you the address at which that object is stored.
Yeah. Okay.
So what happens here? M is also pointing to 500, N is also pointing to 500. So reference counter it will be increased by one after N is also assigned 500. If Z is also 500, so reference counter got increases by one more time. Okay.
Right.
Ah. So that is the work of a reference counter. It will keep on incrementing. And similarly, if the value is not assigned, some other values are assigned to n and z, for example, like 400, and z is equal to 300, then reference counter for this 500 will get decreased by twice, because these two variables got some different values. And in case m also got some other value like 100, now difference counter becomes 0, okay, for this particular object. So that
And then
is
and then and then the garbage collector will
delete.
delete the 500.
Correct, because nobody is pointing.
Yeah.
So there are two parts of memory in Python. One is stack memory and another is heap memory. So we will be dealing with means, discussing about methods in future classes. So as of now, we'll just keep in our own memory, like methods and method calls and references are stored in stack. Okay, so method stored in stack, and all value objects are stored in private heap. So, and that's why here they have mentioned about heap memory in garbage collector, because I was talking about some values. Okay, value object. Okay, that's why heap is mentioned. But if you learn about functions and methods and its calls, those object and references will be stored in stack. So I hope this topics make sense now. Like what is the use of GC, then reference counter, then stack and heap memory. What is it?
Yes, that's clear.
Yeah. Now Python numbers. So obviously Python data types store numeric values. Numeric values can be integer, float. It can be complex. And they are immutable data types. So anything which is there on the left, which is primary, which is primitive, are immutable data types. We cannot change. If you make any change, that means, and it is able to modify itself in just in case, that means we need to see the address, new address, where it is getting stored. With the same address, it won't make any change. Let me do one coding for this to confirm. For example, I have one name or well, Python, and what I will do, uh, one more variable, uh, course one, course two. Here is also Python. So as of now, it will be the same, correct? I will make changes just now. I'll make. Okay. So ID of course one is, see whether it give us true or false. It should give us true, correct? Just
Yeah.
now we have checked. IDs are same. Now just in case, if I edit this value, I will make Python plus um, Pythonic. Okay, I would want to now here. Let me see the address. So this was giving me true. We'll comment it down. So it is giving false. What happened? This string was able to modify itself, but the resultant, it got stored in some other address. Okay, if you will print the address, both will be different. So that is the meaning here. If you don't understand, we can discuss more, because I want to tell you like these are immutable objects in Python. And just now we are able to yeah, make changes in the string because the resultant string is not storing at the same address as the original string. Okay.
I
And
got
for
it.
yeah, for integer, already we have seen like if you are defining or if you are assigning one value called 10, and then we are assigning some different value called 12, 20 to the same number, the addresses will be different because there are two pointers to 10 and 20. Okay. So where we go. So they are Python numbers are immutable data types. Not only Python numbers, strings will be also immutable. Boolean will also be immutable. And what is pending? A float. A float is also is a kind of number. Okay, so they are also immutable. We cannot change. If somebody will show you via code, no, no, see, I am able to modify the string, then you have to tell that see the resultant string is getting stored to some different locations. So in actual, you are not modifying the original string. Original string will be the stored on the same locations. Uh, so we'll have a walkthrough with the slides, and after that, at the end, we'll do some coding. Okay, and otherwise, let me open the editor. Where is it? This concept is important. Likewise, strings are mutable or immutable. Okay, and that's why I have given more stress to it. Then, if they are numbers and a is equal to 10, b is equal to 10, then a is equal to 9. If it is 9, then again b is equal to 10. Now, what do you think will happen? ID of a, will it be same as ID of b? We have changed 9 in between.
Yeah.
It will be same, correct?
So it'll be the same. So it should
Yeah.
give us true.
Correct. So what about int, float, and complex data types? Uh, we will cover level coding. Okay, these topics. And the strings is a data structure in Python that represents a sequence of characters. Sequence of character, but it should be enclosed within uh, double quotes or single quotes. That is important. And why we prefer double quotes? Because in case there is some other single code being used inside that string, it will not able to distinguish it. Like what is that exactly? We have already covered this, I think, in demo session. Immutable data types, obviously. Strings follow zero bits indexing. For example, this is my string gigs. Then uh, u is stored at location 0, index 0. Then and at will represent n at index 1, o at 2, and so on. So if you want to get u, if you want to get only u from this string, we have to write like a string name with the index at this place we have to write 0, so we'll get u as output.
Yeah.
Its index should be less than the actual length of the string. So see, what is the length of the string? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. And at max we can have how many what can be the index at max? It should be 7. That means one less than the length of the string, because indexing starts from 0. So we will cover this in coding. Slicing in string. Slicing means you want a part of string, like g. I want only this. Then what I will do? I have to iterate from 0 to 3. Okay. So that will do here, like start index then end index, but here end index is exclusive, it won't count the end index, so we have to give one more than what we're expecting. So we can do it now. Like s is equal to, okay, I want only u and og, I want, so 0 2 0 1 2 3 4 I think, because 4 it won't come. Say we got emoji.
0 to 3, right?
Sorry.
Should it be 0 to 3 if you're looking for UNOG?
So that's why I told now. See, and index is exclusive means it won't count and index. It will count one less than and index.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mm.
Hmm.
Python string functions. There are some popular Python string functions. Okay.
Can you run that? Let's see.
This functions.
No, on the editor, the IDE. Can we run this?
Methods, no. I'm going to run. I'm going to. This is all now. Methods. Are you sharing something?
You are sharing, but I want to see the result of the statement.
Okay. This slider or previous slide.
No, no, on the IDE, on the VS Code.
Okay. Tell me what should I type.
I want you to execute the print as
Okay.
slice.
Okay.
Yeah,
03.
yeah. I want to understand the difference. So
Yeah. See. So
okay.
3 is exclusive. It won't count 3. It will count less than 3.
Mm.
But indexion will start from 0. So now we'll do some more hands on this. For example, I want to do 26 till 6. What do you think can be the output here?
Uh,
Indexing is, it is starting from 1. So 1 is at this location, n, correct?
yes. So you know G without a KS.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only double. This will be get printed.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope you
Yep.
understand.
Oh, G. It's confusing.
Again, confusion. So we can do more. We'll take this time some bigger string. Okay.
No, I'm good.
So you're good now.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, I'll do more practice on
Yeah.
it. I'm
Yeah. Obviously, practice is required because this is different for you. Okay.
yeah.
This is something different for you and new.
Once I understand the concept, I'm good. I can.
Yes. And you have this recording available, so you can also refer many times as well.
Yeah.
So, Python string, these are like lower, upper is up, lower is, that will be using today. Okay, as part of coding. So lower it will convert into lowercase. Upper it will convert the string into uppercase. Is lower means we want to say all the letters in that string are in lowercase or not. So it will give you output in terms of true and false. Okay, this also is upper, it will give you output in terms of true and false. So index we will see uses, then ends with, starts with, string ends with some specific character, or I start with some specific character. Output will be in terms of, yeah, true and false. Its digit always, that means it will see that contents of that string are digit, or they are alpha, okay, or is some decimal. So again, true and false output will be there. Replace it will replace a certain character with some different character. Okay. So Boolean type. Okay, we'll again come back to Boolean type. Before that, we'll do some coding. Okay, this will keep it here. Now, I want to show you something. Okay, this thing 1, 2, 3, 4, and b is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll see what are these you know variables a and b in future. Okay, as of now, just remember this is a list in Python. Okay, so a is a list, b is a list, c is an integer. Now, what I want to do, I want to print like id of c, then print id of a0, print id of b0. So I told you this is one number one. It's integer object. It is saved to some memory. Okay, in heap memory, because these are only variables. Similarly, two is also stored somewhere. Okay, there's not nobody. It is pointing to two. Nobody is pointing to three. Nobody is pointing to four. Okay, but one somebody is pointing here. Who is pointing? C is pointing, correct? Because C is assigned one value. Now, if I do A is equal to entire list, this entire list is stored somewhere, and there will be an address at which this entire component will be stored, and that address will be pointed by A. It's not like A is pointing to 1, A is pointing to 2, A is pointing to 3 or 4. A is pointing to the entire single address where this variable will be stored. Now, what I'm telling is little bit, different and not easy to understand as of now. But let me execute this code. You will get something. See, we got the same address for C for first element of this list. For first element of this list, we got the same address.
Hmm.
Because there is some memory. There is one object called one is stored at some memory location. About two or three, I'm not telling you anything. About only one, I'm telling you. Okay. So you should keep your hands dirty every time you using this workaround. Okay. Now I already told you about this thing, like print. What is the type? What will be the type? Integer.
And yeah.
And then what in case? I'll comment this and I'll make it like this. I've enclosed in either single quotes, double quote, correct? So what is this?
Answer string.
String. What can be the output?
Will be an int also, right?
Yes, correct. 1.0 print
Also float.
not print. What will be the output here?
And
Here,
float.
just a second. Um, Something you know about maths, correct? So you know about this one is what it will print.
Is exponent, right?
Correct.
So the answer will be 1.
Let me
Oh,
execute.
sorry. A million, right?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many
Yeah,
zeros? 6 zeros are 1 million.
yeah.
And about this intent float, you already guessed. Oh, there is something called infinity. Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, infinity. And how we represent infinity in Python using INF. Okay, and this INF should be in single quote. Similarly, we can print minus infinity minus INF. Print what it will print. Select. So it is printing out same INF and minus INF. It's not giving you any decimal value as such, but this is considered as infinity and not minus infinity in Python.
Okay.
So let me check. If I want to see the value of infinity, so there is 2E400, and then let's print it. This is infinity. This is the value of INF. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Similar thing in negative, we can use 2E400. This will be minus INF. Okay. So this is your INF. Then we have read about something called complex number 1 plus 4j. You already know how to represent. We'll print type should be complex. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Then print. What I will do, like I will define two variables. A comma b is equal to 10 plus. This is called on back in Python. So we can assign two variables. So correspondingly, this value will be assigned. Like a will be assigned 10, and then b will be assigning 20 value.
Mhm.
Okay. This can be done in Python. Print a plus b, print a minus b. So what I will do, assign a greater than b. Then a divided by b. And a floor division. A mod B. A minus 10 mod 3. So let me execute this only as of now. So about this A floor division, like, you know, what will be the output? 20 divided by 10.
The remainder is the remainder. A remainder of the zero.
I made it 21 instead of a 20.
Right. So the remainder will be one, right?
Hmm?
The remainder will be one.
So this is giving me your quotient. Not remainder. Remainder will be given by a mod.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So let me execute this. So a plus b, 30, and it is giving 20. Then a divided by b, it is giving me 2.2. And this
Then
is
the quotient 2
yes.
and the remainder 0. Okay.
So this is giving me non-decimal, like nearest integer, double division, floor division.
Right.
Okay, and then here it is giving you remainder. I wanted remainder to be 1. So 21 divided by 10. 21 mod 10 is 1.
Mhm. Okay.
Now what I'll do for negative numbers, any idea how it works? It's giving me 2. What I will do? Minus 9 mod 3 minus 11 mod 3. Okay. Now see, let me execute first. So see, here it is giving me 2. And here it is giving me 0. That is expected, no problem with minus 9. It is divisible by 3. About minus 11, it is giving me 1. So what is happening? Just remove this. Just if you want to calculate the remainder, just forget about this negative sign. And we have to add number to 10 in such a way it will be divisible by 3. So how many, which number has to be added to 10 so that it will be divisible by 3? 2 has to be added.
2, yeah.
Similarly, 11 also. Forget about this negative sign. 11 should be added with 1. It should be divided by 3. You can execute it later. I'll share this code. Now, you have to give me the output of this. Mod 11. Tell me.
Hold on, let me use my calculator.
So forget about this negative sign. Now I need to add 125, some number, so that it will be divisible by 11.
Yeah, so that would be hold on, so 11 times.
You do one thing, divide 125 by 11. How much you get? Yeah.
It's 11.3.
Okay, you has the answer. Execute it. 7. 7 has to be added. How much it will become if I add 7?
132.
130 is divided. It is dividing by 11.
So this only applies when you have a negative sign, right?
Negative sign, correct.
So
Let's say what this will give us.
I don't see where it's going to be applicable in the real world.
Yeah, correct. So this is 20 mod. It is giving me decimal output. Okay. To what about this? You know, double
Mm,
star indicates power.
okay. So 8.
8. Do some math functions. Okay. ABS. You know, absolute -2. Then round 3. And these are available in Python. This will be useful in real
Yes.
time.
Mm-hmm.
So if I execute, I'm getting 2 for this. Again 2 for this also. If I'll want to make change, I'll make 6. See what it will give. 3. Okay. Because it's more than 0.5. And then
Yep.
power will be 8. There is one popular method in Python, that is easy instance. That is we are going to use a lot of time in our day-to-day activity in real time. And this is kind of instance check if you want to do with any object, like which uh, objects it belongs to. For example, 2 is an integer, correct? So is instance is 2 is an integer. We'll read like this: is 3.5 is a float. So the output will be in terms of true and false. Okay. And if I
Okay.
reverse this, for example, I'll make 2.5, I'll make it float here and I'll make it integer here. So it is giving false because 2.5 is not an integer, it's a float. 3.3 is not an float, it's an integer. So
Right.
yeah. So is instances, just like ID and type, this is instances also are used frequently. Then,
Okay.
then 20.23344, comma. Then if I use, then what I will do, this will be discussing more about this F syntax and print. But I just want to print something on console, and that's why I'm writing this. Okay. So let me execute this first.
So so this is the F string.
This is F string used for print function. So see, addition of A and B is we are able to see on console. No? So whatever the values will be there, okay, related with Python, it will come inside this curly braces.
Okay.
Okay, and we have to use this F before, otherwise it will throw error. Now, if I want to do same thing with some more precision, like addition, we are doing correct. Addition of one is float and one is integer. So we can write here point to F, precise to 2 decimal values after this after decimal. Okay, so we'll do one more addition here. We'll compare
What does the F means?
F for format.
Oh, format.
Yeah.
Okay.
say what it giving us. So, like after decimal, count five here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So up to 5 places of decimal, it will give us the value. It won't truncate. In case of 2, it is getting truncated till 2 only. And this is my in first statement. This is the default. So default is also counting till 5. Okay. In case if you don't
Oh,
want lengthy number, we can use this format.
so if you do 6, it's going to just add 0 at the end,
Let me
right?
check. It won't be 0. It will be till 5, I guess, because there is no number beyond that. Correct. Okay, it will add 0 as this.
Yeah.
So I thought like it will truncate, you are saying, but no, it won't truncate. It will keep on adding 0, 0.
Yeah. Sure.
Now strings in Python. Mm. I told you already, like you, you type of areas, it will give me strings. Then if this will be so single code also, it will be string. Double code also, it will be string. I am uh, geek. This is also string. So what I'll do, geek, then b is equal to geek. I don't know, it is a tricky question for you or not. Tell me the output. Is it true or false? So about this, what output it will be, correct? I'll comment it.
Yeah. It should be true, right?
Be careful this time. I've showed you something.
Okay. I see. There's the
Okay.
the
Correct.
G. Yeah, the
G.
G.
So it
So
will
it's
pass.
false. Yeah.
So it's case sensitive. Okay.
Right. So this is where you need to apply the lower or uppercase function.
Correct. In order to for example, user is required to enter yes or no. So
Right.
sometimes we give small s y as sometimes capital Y. So
Mm-hmm.
those numbers can, I showed you in that temperature example, no?
Right.
Temperature. Yeah.
Okay.
Then I showed you about this indexing, correct? Then indexing, gigs. So you are going to tell me the output for this. Over that time, it is a little bit tricky.
So this is N. 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is S. 8 will error. -1 will error.
So Okay, let me execute only this. You got the output of U and S as you were saying. Okay, and yet is giving me error.
Yeah.
I'll comment this error statement. Now about this too, it is also giving me error. Let me
My feeling is that it's going to go to the end of the string, but I may be wrong.
Yeah, you're right. It is. This is the last element.
Yeah. So it's like a reverse, right?
This is last. So this also you can.
Mm,
It is K.
yep.
I think this has already been covered. So I will. What I will do. No, no. Okay. Yeah. See what we'll get. 2. 2 index 0, 1, 2. Starting from A, M. Okay. Till 10. You'll count, you'll get this out. So here space is considered as a character.
Yeah.
So it is counted. So sorry, string format is. I'll do.
So the 10 is starting from the beginning of the string, right?
Yes, yes. Beginning and 10 is exclusive. It will print up to 9 only.
Yeah. So start from 0 and then
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me use my cursor. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
yeah,
See,
that's cool. Yeah, I got it.
now see something I want to format. What was that? Hmm. Just now I've showed you uses of curly braces, correct, for print formatting. The students. Then there we can pass uh, uh, Daniel. Coffee. And let me check whether it is giving me some error or not. It is printing. So can you see the output?
Give me a second. Let me see.
Otherwise, I
So
will do CLS.
okay, so basically, it's substituting the curly braces with the arguments from the format function.
That is, it is doing corresponding. For example, if I want coffee here, if I want Daniel here, if I want Harish to see what I put in here. You understood? So it will is going to zero it. It is considered as 0, then 1, then 2. This is stored at 0 place. This is 1, and this is 2.
So the string is an object with a method of format.
Yeah, format
right?
method. You can. Then here, if you want to talk about strings, like we'll be using strings. Geek. Where is key? I want to print as lower. So it is all, everything is in small case. Let's start upper. Should be in caps. As that is lower. As dot is upper. Don't forget to insert this round brackets. Okay. See, for this it gave us everything in lowercase. Lowercase. Then this is for uppercase. Then is it means S is in lowercase? No, they are in uppercase. What in if I do one small change like S, I'll make it smallest. What output it will be?
It's going to be false.
Yeah, false. Because they are comparing all the letters.
Right.
Then where is that string? S is equal to. I want to print the index of a particular character in that string. For example, for K, what will be the index? So K is here, right? 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should print 6. This is the index function. And then s dot starts with some character. Does it start with 0? What do you think? True or false?
True.
True. Start with small u.
False.
False. Then ends with the this and with the what I say.
True.
Capital, it will be false. Because Python functions are case sensitive. Then something. Okay. Print s dot is alpha numeric. Miss alphabet or numerics are allowed. Let us see. Yeah, sorry.
Should be true, right?
Yeah. Print s dot replace. I will replace 3 with what should I, let me with nothing. Okay, I want to get rid of 3. So and after that I want to also check the length before and after. So length is also one function. It will give you the count. So here length, it will be printed like s. So print what should I do here? So length got reduced, correct? Because I am replacing 3 with nothing. Means I basically I'm truncating. Okay. Any confusion you have?
No, no, I'm clear.
Oh, you're
That's
good.
good.
Okay. Then anything if you want to search, I told you already. I can. This is my Python. Um,
Oh,
so for string, I how to get this Python thing? You know, na? This is my Windows command. Okay, I open. If I open terminal, okay, I'll get a lot first. I will open this. So this is the terminal. So here, if I type Python, I'll get into Python shell. And here, if you want to see anything related with string, we have to type str, because str is the built-in class, correct?
right.
It's an object. So here, after that, hit enter, enter, enter.
So it gives you the specification, the interface, right?
It's a kind of documentation.
Okay.
There are many things. Okay, ends with then expand, find, format, index till alphanumeric. Okay, so you can go with it. Then if I want to come out of, control C. Then Boolean Python. Yeah, we have covered everything except Boolean. So Boolean value can be of 2 types. Either it can be true or false. So this is also case sensitive. Capital T should be there or false should be there. It should not be small or small t or small r. And there is a bool class, obviously which will represent Boolean. And these are the operators supported for Boolean. Okay, we'll do one some codings on for this Boolean type. So, for example, print tr. See, auto suggestions is giving me true, correct? It's not giving me small true. It's equal to true. What do you think? Is it equal to true? Equal to false. Two combinations I have made. That's it. And print 1 1 0. True and true. True or false. What is happening? Okay, this I've printed here. Then print is equal to 1000 and one by one. True is equal to true.
True.
False is equal to false.
Yes.
True. True is equal to false.
False.
False is equal to true.
False.
1 1.
True.
1 0.
False.
Both are true.
True.
Either one of them true.
True.
This will be false, obviously, and not of falses.
Hold on. Which one will be false? That 10 not equal to 1000 is true, right?
Yes, this should be true. Okay.
Okay.
So that's it from coding perspective for today lecture. The most important thing for today lectures was this object references. Okay, this thing we should know.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
yeah, can you go back to the structure, the data structure slide?
Yep. So you want to discuss any slides here?
The data structure, the slide after this one.
This one.
This one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So all we did is the primitive tree, right?
Correct. Primitive, sorry. Primitive
Okay.
we have done today.
So, and then we're going to move up
Yes.
to the non-primitive.
Correct. So it will be a part of collections. So collections are mostly those data structures which include list, dictionary, tuple sets, then arrays and files. Arrays are used very less. Mostly lists are used because whatever array can do, list can also do. Only the important thing is arrays. It is more efficient. Okay, and that's why I've seen like array being used in that scenario only. Otherwise, all the operations which is supported by array is supported by list also. The best part in list is that it allows data types of different kinds. Array will allow either integer or float or strings. Okay, but list will contain all the data types. We'll learn in future classes.
Okay, so array contains only one primitive type, right?
Correct, one primitive. Idea can be integer, float, string, or boolean. See, there is something called array import. Okay. Anyway, we'll cover this in future class.
Yeah, next time. All right.
So what I will do, I will share you this code right now in this chat window. Plus, take copy it from somewhere. Chat. Oh, message is too long.
Can you add it to the the document drive also?
Okay, drive was okay. I'll add it to the drive. Okay.
Yeah, that way we have it forever.
Correct. So you have any questions? We can discuss anything else also if you want.
No, I'm good. I'm clear with this lesson.
Okay.
It's just that I wanted to ask. So with Python, what is the, for example, if I just want to do Python, what are the career paths? I know the other time you showed the different domains.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the web development, and then I think that slide had machine learning, and then AI, and then some other stuff.
See, for Python, I can tell you, like, if you know about data science, if you have got good knowledge about various algorithms used in data science, AI or ML, even NLP also they are using a lot. Okay, that Alexa that we do now, we give instructions to Alexa, that is NLP based. So we are going to get many products which is AI based. So that is the future that they say. So, even we also see in our day to day activity. Now, after that, if Python is there, automation will be there. Based the Python is used mostly. It started for automation. Okay. After that, development started in AI and data science part. So these are the major domains. But I will recommend you to switch to cloud, because now if you are learning cloud, and if you know Python or Java, at least one of these languages, then you won't be unemployed first of all, and you will be getting many opportunities, because everybody wants to save their money, so they are switching to cloud. They don't want to spend money on maintenance of infrastructure, so that has been taken care by AWS.
So when you say cloud, you mean the architecting and orchestration of cloud
Cloud like
resources?
AWS, Azure. Okay, AWS more popular than Azure, but still requirements are there for Azure also. Okay, then Oracle. This is also one of the cloud-based technology they are using. I have not gone deep dive into Oracle. I know about AWS than Azure. Okay, so you can start, exploring these domains, and automation you are going to do with AWS also, this cloud also. Any development you want to develop your own application, you can use cloud in that way. So cloud will be a kind of tool that we'll be using. It's not a
Hmm.
domain. It's a tool for us. Okay.
Okay.
And they are asking because not everybody had got well versed, or they have started switching to cloud. They are still using some conventional tools. They are
Hmm.
installing, and they are buying machines, and on top of that machine, they are installing the softwares, and they are doing the development. But now
Okay.
this is not the world of doing such thing. Now we have to take credentials of AWS or Azure and start working. And there are a lot of videos that they have also shared. Once you will be a part of those community, they will share a lot of videos, and they are very informative.
So you recommend AWS?
For me, I will recommend AWS, and data science also we can do, means, those ML and AI can be done using AWS.
Yeah.
So databases like Oracle, then SQL, all these databases, it will be covered in AWS. It will be a part of it.
Oh, okay. I already know Oracle and SQL.
SQL, okay. So
Yeah, I've worked with SQL for many years. I use it every day.
okay.
Um,
Uh,
okay. Yeah, so I'll look into that. So AWS, are we talking about AWS architect or solution
Not
architect?
architect. Uh, you can say AWS. What should I say? Solution architect. It's very small, I guess. Something I know, like certified developer, AWS.
Okay.
So those that is having many components in AWS. But you can start with solution architect.
I mean,
Uh,
I'm good with it. I love development,
mhm.
right? But I don't know all the cloud career paths. Um, I know the architecting. You don't deal with too much development, right?
Okay.
There's like a um, high level knowledge on all the different areas of the cloud.
If
But
any of your friend is having AWS credentials, yes, they are able to log in, because that is paid service. Ask them to share their credential if you are having good connections with them, and then try to do some hands-on. Get your hands dirty, just like we do coding. Try to do something in AWS also. And few things will be like creating of instances, creating of buckets, okay, creating of lambda functions, then how to trigger that lambda. Those things, if you'll 3 to 4 things I'm telling you now. If you start doing these things now, you'll get a feel of it. No, no, no. AWS, I can also.
Okay.
Mm.
I think I already have an account, but I'm not using it. But I know they will charge once I start using it.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's good. It's good knowledge. I'll start looking into that direction. AWS developer.
Yeah, that is good. That has a future and present also.
Yeah, because I want something that will, for example, for PeopleSoft, I've been doing PeopleSoft for like almost 20 years.
Okay.
But yeah, PeopleSoft is now has been replaced with cloud. You know, they have the Oracle ACM and
Okay.
all those applications. So now I'm trying to transition into something else that will give me the longevity, right?
If that is the case, just remember only one term in your mind: DevOps engineer.
DevOps.
Engineer. You switch to DevOps engineer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to do that back in the days, but I didn't switch.
Mhm.
So, okay, DevOps. Because I used to use Jenkins and Selenium and other tools to automate some
So,
processes within my company.
okay, so
Um,
that is useful for you here also. Only the thing is that we should know like how to use you know, the tools which are or services that AWS support.
right. US. All right. I've noted them down. I'll spend
Yeah,
some time and research more.
yeah, sure.
All right.
Okay, Coffee.
Okay. Thanks a lot. You have a class tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking to take a class tomorrow, but I thought like I will be asking Shweta also. But because the class schedule is from Monday to Friday. Okay.
Oh, okay, okay.
Today is Friday for me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm in the US, so
Okay.
I got confused. Um, that's fine. If there's no class, that's fine.
Yeah,
Um, so we probably talk on Monday then. Monday your time.
yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Have
So
a good night.
yeah, you have a good night. Have a good weekend.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.